In 2007, I graduated, and then I started working in theater, in different places.
What does working in theater mean?
It means being hired to and getting paid to do theater, which is
that like as an actor or like as a tech or like, because I know there's multiple angles and aspects to what working in theater can mean.
Yeah. So I got a job I got a job in Nelson, BC, which is like interior BC, at a theater. I was at a bar, and I met somebody who also was at a bar, and they were graduating, and they were like, well, I'm going up to Nelson to do this show about Charlie Chaplin. I was like, I love Charlie Chaplin. How do I get involved? And they're like, well, we're looking for an actor. And I was like, I'd love to be a part of it. And they're like, we're also looking for somebody to do a little bit of writing. There's a scene that's missing. And I was like, I will write that scene. And so I acted in it, and I wrote that scene. And we also did another show called The Complete Works of William Shakespeare Abridged. And I was in that as well.
That's wild. And you're getting paid now to do these things.
I was paid to do that. Not a lot, but I was paid.
Yo, getting paid to make art's getting paid to make art, even if it's not a lot, because a lot of people don't get paid to make art.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just be like wildly paying to make art.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it was mind blowing that somebody was going to pay me to do this. I was like, really? I'll just do this for free, like legit. And it was amazing.
It's probably better to get paid though.
Yeah, it was better to get paid. I could pay the rent up there.
So it was like enough to like pay the rent?
Yeah, it was enough to pay the rent, and it was enough to like buy some food.
That's fair. So like you still maybe want to work, but you can get away with part-time.
Yeah. I just did theater that summer. That was like,
oh, say word.
I was paid enough. They had a grant, I believe, so they paid me enough.
Canadian grant system.
Yeah.
Yo, are BC grants any good? Because that's where like it gets different, right? Because Quebec grants is wildly good, and we're just wildly uneducated at getting them. But Quebec is actually ill with grants, so I don't know if BC is actually good with grants.
We have a bunch of grants, but it's tough to get grants. It's tough now to get grants. There's not like you gotta be in a club, or maybe not in the club. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I don't know how it works, but I'm just making up stuff. I mean, I got a neighborhood matching fund. That's to my name, but I've never gotten a grant.
What is a neighborhood matching fund?
Well, I applied with a project that I'm working on now, which is a VR travel sort of project. And I applied to this thing that's run by the Vancouver Parks Board, and they were like, hey, we're looking for artists or anyone who wants to do things about nature. And I was like, we have an episode about a park. Does that count? And they were like, yes. And I was like, I made a request of how much.
You know what? The way they reacted is probably like nobody applied.
It's true. That's actually, I mean, they didn't say that, but it felt like that. They were like, we don't really understand what you're...
I live in Quebec, right?
Yeah.
And Quebec made English videos about grant applications being like, English people, please apply. Wow. And I'm like, that's not the narrative I've been fed. Like, wait, I can get grant money?
Yeah.
That's the opposite of what I thought.
Yeah. No, that's dope. Maybe I should move here.
One thing I can say is English is weird in Quebec.
Yeah, I've heard. I am hearing currently. It's weird.
Like, I would not move to Quebec.
I think that was just like that's like I would come for the grants and not.
That's why you take your project and you partner with people that live here already, and they can be legit. Because you don't have, it's remote work life now. You know, so you just
want a partner.
Actually, people don't even, just wildly, that pops into my head. How many of us have never thought about doing cross-provincial provinces just to maximize grant applications?
That sounds dope.
Right? Like, wouldn't that unlock more provinces? I don't know how it really works, though, so don't quote me on this shit. I'm just spitballing ideas.
Yeah, I like it.
In theory, if two people live in two separate provinces, then they, in theory, are able to leverage each of their provincial governments.
Wow. Maybe we've just come up with something.
I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people already know about this shit. All the people who get grants.
Yeah, those people. Yeah. So I've never gotten a grant, so I don't know like how it works. I mean, I've applied for a bunch of grants.
You gotta be real specific. That's what I understand.
Yeah.
Your project has to like make sense in the sense that like, so I have a project where I think I can get a grant. I'm like, okay, I'm in Montreal. Nobody can tell me how many English rappers there are. What if we just document it? Now, that's an actual research project. So if I get a research grant where the end result is this website that increases the touristic output of Montreal, that's some like grant shit.
Yeah.
Because you can like tell this whole ass story that ends in, and it helps you, Montreal / Quebec / tourism / thing at the end. And or like if you're doing local community shit, is like if it's a $5,000 grant, are you spending $5,000 properly? And it's like it's that kind of shit where it gets really like the person who puts together the best case wins the grant.
Yeah. I just
basically hire the grant writers. That's what I've been learning.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so if I pay you $500 and I get $15K.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. That's.
Yeah, I know. I'm not thrilled about that world either, bro. I'll be looking at all this shit, but that's what it is. It's like it's because your choices really, really are. You're gonna run that shit for the next 3 months, or somebody else is gonna do that for you.
Yeah.
And that kind of time is not free usually if you want to get results.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But that's fair.